Well, I just got through cutting up a couple of the biggest, prettiest red grapefruit you'd ever want to see, and boy, were they good. So now I have all these great peels, and I'm not going to waste them and just throw them away. So I've looked up about 20 different things that I can do with citrus peels. Come join me. Hi, I'm Elise. I'm glad you stopped by. According to the USDA, in the U.S., 30 to 40% of all good, usable food goes to waste. It's thrown away. It goes into the trash cans, into the landfills, or disposed of in some way, which is really, really sad. So I've really been on a little personal campaign to use as much of a product as I can. And I want to share this with you. Okay, so what can we do with grapefruit peels or any citrus peels? Well, make candy peels out of them, of course. You just cook them down a little simple sugar, sprinkle them with a little sugar, and they make fantastic candies. You can infuse vinegar for salads, for cooking, for cleaning. You can infuse oils for salads and cooking, like olive oil, or if you use sunflower oil or any good oil, you can infuse it with the grapefruit peelings. You can infuse alcohol and have grapefruit flavored vodka. You can use it in beauty products. It makes fantastic exfoliating materials, hair rinses, toners for your skin. You can zest it. When you get your citrus fruit home, you want to wash it really, really well. What I do is I make a little paste out of baking soda and water, and then I just scrub the little piece of fruit, rinse it very well, let it dry. That removes any excess soil, any excess pesticides, herbicides that may have picked up. I do it even if I have organic produce. And then you can zest it. Just get a little zester, a little grater, and you zest the peels. That zest can be frozen. It can be dried, dehydrated, and stored, and then you have zest to last you quite a while, especially if you are doing something where you have a good supply of citrus peels. If you don't feel like zesting it all right then, you can cut it in little chunks or slices and freeze that whole piece. Then later, when you want some zest, you just take out a piece and zest it. Now you don't want to zest it down to the white part, to that pith, because the pith is a little bitter. But it's also extremely nutritious, and people are now using it in lots of dishes. So, make zest. All right, make herbal teas out of the peel and the pith. Use it as aromatic seasoning for meat and vegetable dishes, like when you bake them. You know, take a chicken and put a big pile of onions all over it and a pile of citrus peels, some garlic, and then slow bake it. Oh my goodness, making myself hungry. Homemade organic cleaners that will be children safe, that you know exactly what is in that cleaner. And the essential oils in citrus have antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. You can make salt scrubs with it. You can repel garden pests. Now, I've read that it will repel dogs and cats and rats. The rats I don't believe in, because when I was a child, we had citrus trees all over our landscape. And we would watch the great big field rats sit out underneath the citrus trees and chomp away on the oranges. That aromatic oils in the skin didn't bother them a bit. Now, if you're just putting the peels out with the little aromatic oils, that might deter them a little bit. We'll see. I've also read that you can put the peels on ant beds. I'm in Central Florida. We are fire ant central. And I have tried it in the past. It didn't work. Perhaps I didn't put enough on. So what I wanted to try to do next time I had a large amount of peels was simmer them for a little while and then take the pot and pour the whole pot with the hot water and the peels. And that way that infused water will soak down into the ant bed. That might work. All right, use it in compost. Use it in earth composting where you just dig a hole and you bury it. It's going to break down, it's going to release all the nutrients, can help feed all the beneficial microbes and enrich your soil. You can make essential oils out of it if you know how to do that. You can use the dried pieces in potpourris, little sachet bags to tuck in your linen closet. And if you really like the smell, you can tuck that little dried piece of peel in nice little handkerchiefs or something and stick them in your drawers. Why not? Using potpourri, used for sachets, great. Just make sure they're really good and dry. You don't want flesh left on them if you're going to use them for something like that. Make marmalades out of them. Add them to jellies. Of course, the definition of marmalade is it does have the peel in it. You can take the peels and dry them and burn a few in your fireplace to add a little citrusy smell to the air. You can add them to your grills to smoke your meat with. Now, per the USDA, the cows like citrus peels. And it's good for them because it's good roughage, loaded with vitamins, but also the antimicrobial benefit in the essential oils and the peels helps the cows. So that's kind of interesting. Many years ago in the little town next to us, there was a large citrus processing plant. They made frozen concentrate, the little cans of frozen juices, orange juice, grapefruit juice. And so they had lots of byproduct of pills. And they would take those pills and ever so often, I guess when they accumulated a huge batch, they would cook those pills down somehow. But the day they did that, you could always tell, because not only did that town smell like citrus pills all the way over into the edge of our little town, you could say, oh, okay, the citrus plant is cooking pills today. But then they dried it and they used it for cattle feed, sold it for cattle feed. So it was a great way to utilize this byproduct. So really neat. One other thing I want to try to do, I've been doing a lot of what I call green biomass fertilizer teas. You know, you do it with banana peels, you can actually do it with practically everything. So I'm going to save some of these, or if I don't use this batch, when I get some red grapefruit again, I'll try it then. And make some biomass citrus peel tea and see how the plants like it. I'll let you know. So here's a whole list over 20 things that you can do with citrus peels. Doesn't have to be grapefruit. You can use any citrus. Of course, if you've got little bitty kumquats, it might take you a while to get enough peels to do any of this, but hey, do it anyway. Kumquats, not to get off the subject, but kumquats have very sweet peels. If you've never eaten a kumquat, and if you can get your hands on them, try one. Now, they come in different varieties, so they all aren't created equal. The kumquats we grew up with were little oblong kumquats. The peel is sweet. The flesh is sour. So what you would do is you would take a bite so that you would have the sweetness of the kumquat peel with the sourness of the flesh. And that's why you also see kumquat marmalade and kumquat preserves, things like that, because that peel is so sweet. I haven't been able to find any kumquats in quite a while in our location, which is a shame. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about all the benefits. I hope this is something that you can incorporate into some of your lifestyle, saving a little bit of material from going to the trash and going to our landfills, and using it in lots of great ways. Till we speak again, have a fantastic day.